the consumption of meat and fish has been an essential part of human history, shaping cultures, economies, and dietary practices. From early hunter-gatherer societies to modern industrial farming, the way humans procure and consume animal products has evolved significantly, influenced by geography, technology, religion, and science. Prehistoric beginnings. The hunter-gatherer era. The consumption of meat and fish dates back to prehistoric times when early humans relied on hunting and gathering for sustenance. Archaeological evidence shows that hominids, including early Homo species, began eating meat more than 2.6 million years ago. Animal protein provided essential nutrients that likely played a role in the evolution of the human brain. Early humans hunted wild animals using stone tools and consumed various species, including large mammals like mammoths, deer, and bison. The ability to hunt and gather not only provided sustenance, but also helped early humans form social groups, which led to the development of communities. Fish consumption also has ancient origins. Fishing, particularly in coastal areas and near rivers, provided early humans with a consistent and reliable food source. Tools like spears, hooks, and nets, some of which date back 40,000 years, allowed early humans to catch fish more efficiently. Ancient civilizations, domestication and aquaculture. As humans transitioned from hunter-gatherer societies to more settled agricultural communities, the domestication of animals became central to their diets. Around 10,000 years ago, in regions such as the Fertile Crescent, people began domesticating livestock like cattle, sheep, pigs, and goats. These animals were bred for their meat, milk, and hides, becoming a stable source of protein for growing populations. In ancient Egypt, Greece, Rome, and China, meat consumption was an important part of the diet, though it was often reserved for the wealthy or special occasions. Ancient Egyptians were known to eat beef, mutton, and poultry, while the Greeks and Romans enjoyed pork, goat, and fish, often preparing elaborate feasts. Aquaculture, the practice of farming fish, also has ancient roots, particularly in China, where it began around 3,500 years ago. The Chinese raised carp in ponds and engineered waterways to control water flow, making fish a critical part of the diet in many Asian cultures. Medieval and Renaissance periods. Feasting and fasting. During the medieval period in Europe, the consumption of meat and fish was influenced by social class and religion. Nobles enjoyed lavish feasts that included venison, boar, beef, and poultry, while the lower classes relied more on grains and vegetables, consuming meat less frequently. Fish was especially important for people living near coastal regions or rivers. Religious practices, particularly within Christianity, greatly influenced meat consumption during this time. Many Christians observed meatless days, especially during Lent, when fish became the primary source of protein. This tradition increased the demand for fish, leading to the development of extensive fishing industries. In the Middle East and North Africa, Islamic dietary laws shaped meat consumption, with a focus on halal practices. Certain animals like pigs were prohibited, and the method of slaughter was regulated to ensure the meat was permissible to eat. The Age of Exploration, 15th to 17th centuries, significantly expanded the global trade of meat and fish. European explorers brought livestock such as cattle, pigs, and chickens to the Americas, where they were raised in large numbers. In return, they discovered new species like the turkey, which became a staple in European diets. During this period, the fishing industry flourished, particularly with the development of large-scale commercial fishing. Cod, for instance, became a major export from the North Atlantic, particularly from areas like Newfoundland, where vast fisheries provided fish for European markets. Salted and dried fish, such as cod and herring, became essential commodities. The Industrial Revolution, 18th to 19th centuries, brought significant changes to meat and fish production, transforming it from small-scale, local farming to large-scale industrial operations. Advances in transportation, refrigeration, and technology allowed meat and fish to be produced and distributed more efficiently. In the United States, the cattle industry expanded rapidly, particularly in the Midwest, where vast herds were raised and processed in large slaughterhouses. The invention of the railroad allowed meat to be transported quickly to urban centers, making beef a more common part of the American diet. The fishing industry also saw significant advancements with the development of steam-powered fishing boats, which increased the catch capacity. The introduction of canning in the 19th century allowed fish to be preserved for longer periods, making it more accessible to people in different parts of the world. In the 20th and 21st centuries, meat and fish consumption continued to rise, especially in developed countries where diets became more protein-rich. However, the industrialization of meat production raised concerns about animal welfare, environmental sustainability, and health. Factory farming, where animals are raised in confined spaces and subjected to intensive production practices, became widespread. This method of meat production, while efficient, has been criticized for its environmental impact, including deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and water pollution. Overfishing has similarly become a major concern. Many fish species such as cod, tuna, and salmon have been overexploited, leading to declining populations and the disruption of marine ecosystems. Sustainable fishing practices and aquaculture are being promoted as solutions to ensure the future of fish populations. Health concerns related to the consumption of red and processed meats have also come to the forefront. Studies have linked excessive meat consumption to various health issues, including heart disease, cancer, and obesity. As a result, plant-based diets and alternative sources of protein, such as lab-grown meat and plant-based substitutes, are gaining popularity. The history of meat and fish consumption reflects humanity's relationship with the natural world, technological progress, and cultural evolution. From the early days of hunting and gathering to the modern challenges of sustainability and health, the way humans consume meat and fish continues to evolve, shaped by the interplay of tradition, innovation, and ethics.